Now the video was originally planned to read 5 books in 5 days, but something happened.
What the hell did I just read?
So it's like disturbance has some sort of magnetic field and I'm a magnet. Hi guys, this is Rashmeet Kaur and welcome back to my channel Kitabi Pili Ladki. I hope you all are doing fine. So are you a K-pop fan or maybe a BTS army? Even if you're not, it's very unlikely that you may not have heard about this group BTS. Well, I recently started listening to K-pop, especially BTS. And to know them more, I researched about them, and to my surprise, it came out that they all are avid readers, especially Namjoon. So I wanted to see their taste and their books so that I can like them more, because if they are readers, if they are bibliophiles, then what's better? Now the video was originally planned to read 5 books in 5 days, but something happened. You'll get to know in the video later that what happened and why I stopped reading, and I just read 4 books in 6 days. And the experience was pretty like a roller coaster ride. So from now on, you're gonna see me talking about books on different days, starting from 23rd. So yeah.
It's 23rd July. Can you see? 23rd July, 6:51. So basically, I just shot the video book review for Midnight Library, and today is the first day I'm gonna start reading the first book recommended by BTS, and the book that I selected is Kitchen by Banana Yoshimoto, if that's the pronunciation. What it says that in a 2018 interview, RM and Shuka had said that they were reading the book. Later, in a comeback show preview, RM was again spotted with the book. Kitchen contains 2 short stories about love, mother, transsexuality, grief, and tragedy. It's a very short story. It's like a novella. So I'm gonna start with this because it's already 7, and yeah, it's the first day. I'll be counting it as first day. I'll be reviewing it tomorrow, and I just hope it turns out as good as it sounds. So yeah, that's the first day, first book by BTS for me. Hi, so it's 24th July 4:17. I have completed the first book like an hour ago, Kitchen, and I'm gonna review it now. Firstly, let me tell you, I really enjoyed the book. I liked the story and everything about it. So actually the book has 2 stories, Kitchen, a primary story, and then there is a very short story called as The Moonlight Shadow. Now both the stories deal with the grief of losing someone. In the first story, there is a girl named Mikagi Sakurai. She has lost her parents, her grandparents at a very young age, her grandmother at the last, leaving behind no blood relative. She's trying to comprehend the situation and trying to understand everything when there comes a boy named Yuichi Tanabe and his trans mother Eriko. They take her in. Basically, Yuichi was someone who used to work at her grandmother's shop. So they take her in, and then the story follows the life of these 3 people. It is amazing. It's very descriptive, but it's very good. Now the second story, that is The Moonlight Shadow, it's about a girl, Satsuki. Now Satsuki, she has lost her boyfriend in a road accident, and then there is a boy known as Hiragi who lost his girlfriend and brother at the same time. Now Hiragi is basically the brother of Hiragi is basically the boyfriend of Satsuki. So that's how Satsuki and Hiragi are interrelated, and this story talks about their way of dealing with the grief in a similar and different ways. There is an element of magical realism which I absolutely love in all Japanese movies, and this was the first time me reading it, and I loved it. I'll be honest, I liked Moonlight Shadow more than the main story Kitchen. I don't know why, because of the magical element in it. So that was my first read by BTS. And now my second read that I've chosen is Human Acts by Han Kang. Now it's Han Kang or Han Kang, I don't know. But basically Human Acts by Han Kang. It is written here that in the 2017 November Live, RM said he read this book by Han Kang. This book is set in 1980, Gwangju, South Korea. The book explores topics like humanity, violence, censorship, and more through various narrators in the aftermath of the Gwangju uprising. So reading it makes it sound like it's an historical book. I don't know if it's historical fiction or non-fiction. I have to just check it, and I'll read it and then I'll review it tomorrow for you guys. See you tomorrow. What the hell did I just read? Okay, let me start by saying that I completed this book like 10 minutes ago, and this is a very, very disturbing book, like on extreme level. It is very disturbing, and I knew it was going to be disturbing because it talked about Gwangju uprising, violence, everything that was in description, but it was extreme on another level because it was way too descriptive and very detailed. Now, trigger warning here. I have read a lot of books on massacre, genocides, and violence, but this book, it has sexual violence, it has violence, bloodshed, and everything, but in a very, very detailed manner, which was very hard to digest, very hard to read. And oh my god, like I cannot believe that how author was able to write all of this. Like, she was the one who actually was in this uprising, like not in the uprising, but she was from the same city, Gwangju, and this was very personal to her, and she was able to write all of this. See, every country has a dark side to it. It's reality, and South Korea also has this one. This is Gwangju uprising. Now, the book doesn't talk about much about the context, like why the uprising started and about the background, but apparently, like I googled, it is about this labor movement, like labor rights movement that started in Gwangju when this dictator or military dictator came into power and imposed martial law, and that's when it started. And oh my god, I decided to watch a movie. I don't know why I did that to myself, but I decided to watch a movie based on this while reading the book. I was 2 chapters down, and then I just took a pause because it was so heavy for me to read. I watched the movie that I watched, I don't know why I watched that movie, but it was a Petal. Now, trigger warning again, the movie is as disturbing as the novel. And I'll show you some screenshots here, like about the movie, and you can see the girl, she was healthy and happy, and what this uprising did to her. Okay, I don't know what to say. The story about this novel, it's complicated. It's about an incident that took place in Gwangju uprising, and a boy called as Donghu. So basically there is this boy called Donghu, and there are people closely or distantly related to him, and the story goes on from their perspective. So the whole story, it's somehow connected to him and the incident, and there are different perspectives of people related to him in any way. 5 out of 5, impeccable writer, impeccable writing, I'll be honest. But again, I want everyone to read this, but at the same time, I don't want your mental health to be affected because mine is affected. Now, I'm gonna read something light, and the book that I'm gonna read is Almond by Woon Pyong Son, translated by Sandy Jusun Lee. Now, apparently, in their reality show In the Soup, RM and later Suga and then J-Hope were seen reading this book. Almond follows the story of a boy, Yunjae, with a condition called alexithymia, which makes it difficult for him to experience emotions like fear and anger. It focuses on the bond and contrast between him and another boy, Gon, who, unlike him, who feels too much. So it sounds a little bit lighter. Okay, it sounds a little bit lighter, but yeah, I'll start reading this and I'll review this book, tomorrow. It's 26th July, 5:55 p.m. So I have completed the book, and oh my god, it was such a fun to read the book. It was extremely funny and extremely emotional. I loved the relationship between Yunjae and Gon. It's like relationship of hate and love kind of relationship, and I loved it. The book is about friendship, it's about the importance of family, the importance of expressing emotions and everything. and these two kids are somehow connected with an incident, and the book reveals that in the very early of the novel. And I just loved the book. It was beginner friendly, it was way too fast paced, so it wasn't boring. So yeah, for me it was 5 out of 5. I loved the book. So the book that I'll start today is Please Look After Mother by Kyung Suk Shin. So this will be the fourth book, that is the last second book in the series. It says that RM and we discussed this book in an October 2017 live stream, and we revealed the book was actually recommended to him by a fan. Written in second person and first person narration in parts, the book tells the moving story of Sonyu, who gets separated from her husband at a train station, and a family who search for her as they recall memories and realize how they took her for granted. Now this also sounds very emotional. It is going to be emotional. It sounds like it is going to be emotional. It is going to be a journey of, valuing people, and it is also going to be a suspense or thriller kind of novel. Like, it sounds like that. So I'm excited, and I'll see you tomorrow with the review. Hi. It's 28th July 6/9, and I've completed reading the book after, I guess, 2 days. And yeah, the book I thought was a suspense book because the opening sentence was mom went missing, and I thought it's going to be like suspense thriller, but this book was something else. It was a very emotional journey on self-discovery, self-introspection, and valuing the importance of mom, and understanding that if the children of this person, mom, knew their mom or not. So it's an emotional read. I really loved it. The book is written from the perspective of the daughter of the missing person, and it was a good book. Now I have to tell you something, that I'm not able to read the fifth book that I originally planned to read. That was by Milan Kundera, and the reason I'm not able to read that book because the book Human Eggs, the movie, it's not out of my mind right now, and I'm not in a very good mental state to read any more books, because all these books surprisingly were emotional, and reading these heavy books back to back, I don't know why I did it. And funnily enough, what happens with me is when I read something disturbing, my mind is like, it research more about it. I get attracted to that. So it's like disturbance has some sort of magnetic field, and I'm a magnet. So I ended up watching this Korean series called Youth of May. It's basically a love story set in the Gwangju uprising period. So yeah, but all my readings, you saw my reactions of every day, and now I need a good break, and I'll meet you in another video of mine. This will go on 31st, and the next video will be of the story that I wrote yesterday. So I'm very excited for that also. So I'll meet you in another video. Bye. So yeah, I need a little bit break from reading, as you saw my video and my reaction and the mental state and everything. But till then, keep watching my videos, keep loving my contents, and till then, stay safe, stay home. Sarange.